Our home prices have inflated through the roof, and how you can say that anything is trending in favor of the buyers in our market right now is beyond me, and you would be understandable in saying that, so let me clarify. How's it going, guys? I'm Christopher. I'm the owner of Halcyon Real Estate. We are affiliated with the Keller Williams Market Center in Salt Lake City, Utah. Today is the 19th of May, 2025, and this is the Numbers and the Nuance. This is where you come weekly in order to know exactly what's going on in Utah's housing market right now. Not last quarter, although you can find that out here. Not last year, although you can find that out here. Last week. And right now. That way you can, with laser precision, if you're a seller, know exactly where to price your home. And that way you can, with laser precision, if you're a buyer, know how to make a good offer. Or at least this information certainly helps along the way. So just like every week, I'm gonna tell you exactly what I think the numbers of our market mean right now. I'll give you my nuanced opinion, and then I'll show you the numbers right off the MLS that I pull and use to create the charts that show the graphs, that show the trends of each data point I'm looking at over time. Now, when I get to that numbers part of the video, if it feels like a lot, then just know that I've got another video that describes each of the data points that I'm referencing and what it means if that data point is going up or going down if you're a buyer or a seller. That's flagged at the top right of the screen right now. Let's jump right into my opinion of what the market looks like. All right, so things are generally trending as they have been since the beginning of the year. And while I've been saying that what that alludes to is that neither sellers nor buyers are really owning this market. Buyers aren't dunking on sellers in their offers that they're making, and it's not happening the other way either. But at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and say that things are trending a little more in favor of the buyers at this point. Now, you may hear that as a prospective home buyer right now and think, Christopher, that's horse crap. Our home prices have inflated through the roof, and how you can say that anything is trending in favor of the buyers in our market right now is beyond me, and you would be understandable in saying that, so let me clarify. The acceleration of Utah's home prices going up peaked in 2021. And then in the beginning of 2022, interest rates started coming up, and that caused home prices, although they continued to trend up, they started to slow down how quickly they were trending up. And that has continued until now, and for the first quarter of this year, we've actually seen a moderate downtrend in Utah's home prices, and that has continued up until right now. That has continued up until halfway through the second quarter of this year as well. Now, what's the simplest measure of whether sellers are winning in the housing market? It's probably that their homes are selling for more today than they would have yesterday. And that's not what's happening right now. It's taking less time for homes to sell right now than they did last winter, and we expect that, and that's good for sellers. The number of homes being sold every week, that is trending strongly up, and that's good news for sellers. So right now, buyers are getting more options as our housing supply continues to trend up, and strongly so. It can happen in this market that buyers will have to compete when they make offers on homes, but that is not the trend right now at all. An ever increasing amount of price reductions being made to the homes that are on the market, that's definitely in favor of the buyers. So for where we've been across the last 5 to 7 years, right now things are definitely looking better, trending more in favor of the buyers than they have. Now, if you're hearing me and you need to sell your home in the coming months or later this year, and you're thinking, shoot, I'm missing out, don't hear me wrong. This is not a strong buyer's market. It just isn't a seller's market either. You're not gonna be slam dunking on whoever makes offers on your home. You're not gonna get everything that you want in the transaction. There's gonna be some give and take. And particularly if you bought your home prior to, say, 2018, you're gonna make a killing on it because it's probably worth at least half what you bought it for then. All right, let's look at the numbers. Here's where things are in the Utah housing market as of the 19th of May, 2025. Our current inventory of homes stands at 12,374, up from the prior week and continuing to trend up. Last week, the average days on market for homes that were sold came to 59 days. Now that's shot up compared to the last week, still trending down though. Last week, the average list price of homes on the market came to $682,598. That is up from the previous week, still still continuing a slight downtrend. Last week's average sold price came to $673, $348, and so the difference between average list price and average sold price came again in the buyer's favor to the tune of $9,250. And last week, the median sold price came to $520,500, still significantly lower than what average home price is at. The number of homes that sold last week came to 610. That is up from the previous week, trending strongly up still. The number of homes that are currently under contract sits at 5,695. That is also up from the previous week and continuing an uptrend. Last week, the number of price reductions that were made on homes actively on the market came to 1,441. That is up from the previous week. Strong trend up here. Last week, the number of listing contracts that were either canceled or expired or withdrawn from the MLS came to 328, down a bit from the previous week, still trending overall down. And finally, right now, interest rates sit at about 7.04%. Sadly back up, close to but not as high as where we started the year. This chart shows a downtrend from the beginning of the year. If you look closely at the last 4 data points there, you'll see that we've trended very slightly up across the last month. And that is it for this week. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions about the numbers or how I present them or how I get them, feel free to hit me in the comments. I'll be happy to respond. If you or somebody you know needs to buy or sell a home in Utah here in the coming months, I hope you're comfortable reaching out to me. I'm gonna be happy to hear from you, happy to hear everything that's important to you in the sale or the purchase of your next home. I want you to know I consider it my job to make everything as anxiety-free and easy and smooth as it can be done in your move. I want you to be able to hit the easy button in working with me. And finally, if you're the kind of person who wants to stay up to date on this information, or if you're not normally that kind of person, but right now is the time that you do want to keep up on it, you will not find a better way than hitting that subscribe and staying up on it with me from week to week. Thanks for watching this one, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.